children down and like, okay, guys, security measures. Anything like that is happening, you hear them shooting and all that. I turned myself into security expert yesterday. Just lie down, don't run, don't even disturb yourself, just lie down flat, find something to lie underneath and just stay there, don't run. I don't know, because I have to ask them to watch it yesterday with me. And they were like,
I could not
what
watch.
is happening?
I couldn't watch.
So what do we do? How do we go? What control ourselves? Security measures, fine. We'll be saying it day in, day out. In the morning, should we avoid? Won't we go and worship again? Won't we have gatherings again?
You will go to market, you go to public places. But we just pray for God's guidance and protection. As it is now, in fact, I don't even know what to say concerning all this that is happening.
Okay, now I have this lady. She's married, and when she got married to the last born of the family.
Baby of the house.
Baby of the house. But unfortunately, she's not being treated as a baby of the house. She's been treated as the maid of the house.
Wait, she got married to the baby of the house in the husband's family. And
that she's supposed to be treated as the baby of the house, but she's been treated as the maid of the house. Now she has 2 in-laws. Both of them are still alive, but ailing. And she will have to wake up in the morning, prepare breakfast, prepare brunch, prepare lunch, tidy the home, 2 flats like that. She has a young child. The child can be more than 3 years old, and she's still pregnant. Coupled with, when a woman is pregnant, all this morning sickness, tiredness, and all that is there. So now and she has to wash like 3 toilets, take care of the ailing mother-in-law who is using diapers and all that, single-handedly. And she said there was a time she just told them she was sick and tired. She needed to take a rest. So she went to her home. No, she told the husband she was going to a party. The husband thought she went to the party, but actually she went to her mother's place. And over the weekend, she said she was treated like a queen in her mother's place. So getting back to her in-laws,
a normal routine.
So she will go to the market. They will expect her to grind, using her hand to grind.
Who does that?
All what she was doing before she got pregnant. But now that she was pregnant, she couldn't. Now she will wash her child's clothes early in the morning, prepare for her son, then prepare those 3 meals before she leaves the house, and they eat.
What does she do?
She's an entrepreneur.
It's so dicey.
When they got a maid for the in-laws, they chased the in-law.
Because they already have a handy-made maid.
Okay. So the lady is in a perpetual dilemma.
The problem started at the initial stage.
Okay.
Probably when she was dating the guy. She must have foreseen 1 or 2 things, which she ought to have discussed with her fiancé then. To sit him down and discuss 1 or 2 things with him. Getting married, seeing the way things are, they should have sat down together to discuss some things. She made that mistake when she got married in the first instance.
When they got married, they were not staying with the in-laws.
Oh, they weren't staying together with the in-laws.
Yes, they were not.
Okay.
So along the line, something happened. They had to
relocate
to the in-laws place.
And she would want to be the good girl.
And she has always been the good girl.
And she want to be
until
a good
she
wife.
Got pregnant. No.
The problem is that she needs a help. Yes, she has portrayed herself as a good girl, as a good wife that everybody prays for, and every other girl out there wants to be. She's Omatijo now,
Definitely.
She's an Omatijo.
She's very hardworking.
Being a hardworking person, even if at her initial stage, early stage of marriage, she might not even want an house help at home. And when she got there, she might say, what is there? She needs to take care of them and things like that. And as things are getting out of hand, getting pregnant again with her own family, she will take care of her own home. There's nothing bad in employing at least a helper for her.
They will chase her away.
I know.
They will chase the helper.
The helper will be staying with me.
They stay together.
You said so. 2 flats
together. One flat.
in one flat.
Together.
Are those people?
Together.
You know, when this our parents, when they are aged, they have some kind of attitude with them, like stubbornness, and you know, all those things. She just have to kind of sit her husband down, my dear. I cannot come and go and die like some people used to say. Me only one. I cannot come and go and die with this my condition. I don't think I can cope any longer. Let us employ someone who will resume in the morning, go back when I come back. You know, things like it depends on the husband. It is what the husband tells his own parents that they will do.
The husband does not have a mind of his own.
And that is where the problem lies.
So what does this lady do? Because she's tired, she's
there's nothing she can do, because if she can do anything now, she would have done it. Maybe what she should have done was that speak out, maybe to her own parents. Yes.
And the parents will not come and tell the in-laws.
No, they will tell the husband. You know, some mothers can be like that. If the wife had explained things to the husband the way she ought to have done, and the husband is so adamant,
the husband is seeing it, for Christ crying out loud.
And there's no action taken against him.
The only thing he does is sleep, wake up in the morning, take his bath, and get prepared for wherever he goes to. And the lady will wake up as early as 4 a.m., wash overnight clothes of her son, prepare for her child, then move over to the in-laws and prepare 3 meals. Sorry is among the food she prepared.
The mother-in-law.
The mother-in-law is down.
Is the mother-in-law is down?
They took both of them.
Then who is chasing who away? They say the beggars have no choice. I'm not saying they are beggars. They shouldn't have any choice of chasing anybody away. Whoever they have employed as helper at home, they should consider the condition of their wife, the son's wife, their daughter-in-law. What if that girl happens to be their own daughter? Is this something that they too would like to be happening to their own daughter? You see, at times, the mothers-in-laws or the fathers-in-law too, at times, they do not pray for good things for their daughters-in-law. Because you want to use your daughter-in-law as a maid, whereas you cannot condone such from another person to your own child.
Can their own children even do what this lady is doing for them? Can they?
They should at least be merciful unto the lady now with her condition. So they don't have to be that wicked.
I told the girl.
The fault is with the husband. Like I said earlier,
he doesn't have a mind of his own.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't
because
have
he ought to have sat down the parents and said, Emma, fire home for me. Even if you are having, you should be able to confront them. Me having a problem, coming to stay with you does not say you should maltreat my wife and turn her to a maid. He should be man enough, he should be bold enough to tell them to their faces that, come, I didn't bring her here for her. I didn't bring her here as a maid. I didn't bring her here to suffer. It's just for a little time. And if that continues to happen, then maybe they should quickly gather some money, look for means of getting out of the place. I think that will be the solution.
Getting out of that place will be a problem because the man is not financially buoyant.
That's what I'm saying.
And the lady is really, really, really hardworking, making her dough. And she doesn't want to sound or look as if it's because she's a bit okay than the man. That's why she's
you know, some women,
she does.
You know, we women, we have our own. We have some ways of turning things around to our own, to favor us. If she has the money, she could look for someone they both normally confide in, who could use the money as a kind of help. You know, turn around and say, all right, you know, as things are, someone who really know what they're passing through.
To give the man.
Yes, now that they should.
When you want to try search. A man you will give that kind of a money to is the man
to his parents
who has a mind of
give me money, and the parents will say don't move out. Who
has a mind of his own, who can stand on his 2 feet, or who has a future.
That means the lady even made a mistake at the initial stage.
She did not know. I know both of them, and the guy proves or seems to be somebody who could stand on his feet, who had a future, who was a youth, who had the energy, who was doing all things then to make things work. But as soon as they move into their parents-in-law, that was when the problem started. A guy you talk to, do it this way, he will tell you, yes, ma. the next thing you will see him or hear him do is contrary to what you have discussed, and what is detrimental to the ladies or himself.
This one is serious because you see, it is not when you beat a woman that can lead to death.
It is marriage.
It is not when you punch a woman.
Yes.
This is another domestic violence. So
thank you.
And if she does not speak out, could lead to another thing, you know.
Thank you. The girl
she could become something else. She could be sick inward.
Do you know, I saw her last week. The way she was walking, the way she was moving, you would say she was not happy. She wasn't her normal self.
That's even the most dangerous part
this
of it.
morning when I saw her, I just, sit down inside the car. What's wrong with you? What happened? I saw you last week. You were walking, you were a shadow of yourself. You were not yourself. You were just moving. You were not walking. No life in you. What is happening there? So she opened up. I was like, we were bottling this up all this while. It's okay.
Depression could set in. Depression could set in, and it is very, very dangerous. It will be better for her to, as she has spoken to you, let her speak out to one or two other people. Could be their
the father-in-law. The father-in-law is the father-in-law.
I'm serious, I'm
serious. The father-in-law is the father-in-the-Lord. I'm serious.
She should look for someone else to speak out to. She should go to her
serious.
parents. Let her speak with her siblings, or
she's the firstborn.
And now, maybe she has her bros behind. And let her speak to her own bros now.
What would they do?
Who will speak to the parents? Things like, and the mother will come and say, if she now refuses to speak, your brother or sister has told me everything that is happening. See, Mr. Lagbaja, my daughter, I did not give her to you for this. You know how mothers behave now. You know how hot it can be when something concerns our children, especially our daughters in their husbands' houses. You know how we can be now.
What baffles me is this: when you marry a woman and the woman is hardworking, some of us are very hardworking. We always want to do everything up and do 24/7. And there is a time she takes in and she's like, okay, the body calls for it, asks for it, and she's a bit tired. Yeah. Can't the man know it for her at that time?
No, there are some men who are very, very wicked.
Really?
Yes, now.
Really?
Yes. I've seen, I've heard. And you know that our body systems are different. Some women are there when they are in their first trimesters, they don't feel anything. Some, they are even very strong, and then that is when they will be very, very agile. Yes, now. And some, when it is 1 week gone, you will know. With their attitude and things like that. And God bless such women if they don't have good husbands.
I remember my second pregnancy. I said, lie, I'll not get pregnant again. My second pregnancy. I was like, God, just deliver me. I'm sorry, just deliver me. I won't do anything again.
And seriously,
now.
We have some caring men out there who would take it upon themselves to do everything, run errands in the house. They'll just say, sure, okay, oh yeah, if that woman has to go to work, they'll be the one to take her to work, go there, pick her up again and bring. There are some ladies women, let me say, when they are pregnant, there's problem in that house. Nobody will eat again. But such men will know that this is my time to become the woman of the house. I remember when they will do practically everything in that house.
One of my pregnant time. I woke up and said I wanted to eat amala with gbegiri and the way do.
Who will not prepare?
My husband went to the market with one of my sisters. I was happy. They prepared the sweater in the kitchen.
And they brought it and said, I ate it.
I ate it. They were happy. As soon as I finished it, it was inside toilet.
That's the problem.
The two of them just sat like this. I was like, hey, it's a lie. I said, it's
a one of my sisters, when she got pregnant, and she has not been eating for quite some time. This one does not eat. And one day, it just woke up one afternoon. I called her and said, in Abuja, I said she wanted echo.
Echo, I said, echo anyway.
And the man called me and said, I said, go and look for it.
Where we should get that in
Abuja? They live in a nest. You start asking around. Go to the market. Go to one market and start asking. They got echo. And they ate the echo and she slept. And they said, And the man come and say, she has slept. I said, you better go back there and buy a call. Because by the time she wakes up and asks for a call again, you'll be running around. And you know that the lady woke up around 9 and asked for another call. The man now comes and say, thank you that you told me to go and get another one. And when the man went to get the echo, he bought only one echo. Again? No, the first time. Okay. He bought just one echo. I was the one that told her, you had better go and pack it and keep in your house. So that by the time she now asks for another one, you know, we can be funny. But God bless women, because we have some who would still be as strong as they were when they were not pregnant. I give kudos to them.
My second pregnancy, if it had been my first, I would have said, but that one is okay.
Do you know? I always admire those girls that will got impregnated by an unknown person or whatever, maybe some, and they will still be hiding it. They will be walking. They will be doing this so that their parents will not know that they are pregnant. And they give them dove. I did off my cap for them. Oh, hey! And you look at them and say,
they are superwomen.
They are super women, and you will not notice anything. They will still be very strong. They will be doing. It is when the pregnancy now reach like 4 months that you now notice that you know, stuff like that. Is when you notice is when they will now be falling ill. But before you notice,
it will have taken some time.
They will be very, very strong. But I just want to advise this lady, if she knows she cannot cope any longer, let her just speak out to somebody. She shouldn't bottle up, because that could lead to depression. And when such things happens, the family would, I pray we don't lose her. She should speak up. Not in the manner that the parents-in-law will be offended, the husband too will be offended. In love, we do settle things in love. We sort things out in love. Where there is love, things can be sorted out amicably. So let us speak up. If there is no changes, let her talk to her own sibling or her own parents. So, you know, that only most sometimes.
Okay. Then the parents in-laws too. I think they have a long way to go. Sincerely, that lady has been with them for some time now, doing all. She told me some things and I was like, hey, you try. Me self, I know if you do am. Sincerely, that I know if you do am, but I give it to you. You try. And at this stage, they ought to at least know that it's not your usual self. You are somebody who wakes up every morning 4 a.m. before they even ask. You've done it. Now that the body is asking for it, they could know or accept it at this time that this is happening and accept help from outside. They don't need to chase helps away from them. Their own biological children are not here. They are not near them, except this last born that is with them.
What stops the last born gone from assisting the wife in doing one of those things that the
inside
wife is doing all alone?
Baba's house. And they now come and talk, so they don't give the boy a food to eat.
And when they tell, if they say such things to him, then he should let them know that this is love. It is not a matter of effort or no effort.
You know the funniest thing? When they were living before, when the girl was pregnant of her first pregnancy, this guy was doing everything. He was up and down. Before the girl gets home from her place of work, the man has already prepared whatever they're going to eat in the evening, taking the child to school and all that.
Why is it so difficult for us as Africans to do all those things in the presence of our family members? And it is not like that.
Really?
We should not be thinking like that. We should see it as true love. That love, the parents should even be happy. When we were, this idea of it is effort that is working. It's a thing of the past, though. We should do away with it.
They went a mountain. On top of their bata, they went a mountain.
Not knowing that nothing is really amiss.
What he was doing before the
was not just now.
To the
we have to change this mentality. We have to change it.
There are some set of people that you can't change their mentality. There's a set of people like that you can't.
They still stick to it.
Until they die. Seriously. And their children too are towing that line. The children are doing that like outside from their parents. I think they can relax a bit and do whatever they want to do. But once they are within the
And if
house
it
of
were
their
to be
parents,
a side chick that came to visit them and the side chick is still on bed, they will still say, when the side, honey, please bring me my towel. They will run, as we normally watch it.
That is side chick.
But they cannot do it for their wife.
The wife don't enter now. They don't pay in buy price. They don't enter.
When the girl is still there on the road,
when she the side chick, the
girlfriend, they can do anything. Even the mother-in-law too can pound for her. The moment she steps into the house as a wife. Do you know I read a poem some times ago? I've even forgotten the title of the book that I read a poem. This woman was living with the man. They had 3 children. She would be the one to wake up very early in the morning. The poem is from the Ghanaian side. She would be the one to wake up early in the morning, cook, warm water for their bathing and things like that. She will pack food for every one of them. She will take care of the home. She will do this, she will do that. And God answered a prayer one day. And the man said, I want to go and pay your dowry. And we can even have a court marriage. And they did. You know, the following day, the woman was sleeping on her bed. And the man tapped her. What about my water? And the woman said, I am now a Mrs. We are both one. Officially, go and warm the water
for yourself.
And don't forget to warm mine too for me. And the man was like, are you serious? The woman said, we have become one. If you do it, I am the one that did it. If I did it, you are the one to do it. So we're going to be taking care of the home together. It is now 50-50. You see, when I read the poem, I laughed like...
that one will work in a place, a home, where the man understands you. Not the one after speaking the na slap. Na tori, na slap, for a typical African man, you talk that.
Show more cotton share. Woman of Bomilena for me, Joe. You see, I give it to those men who really cared about their family, who really love their wives, who would do anything for their wives. I give it to them.
I think it stems from the parents. What a child sees you doing,
is what
what he would do
both
outside.
Boy and girl.
Yes, it's what they would do outside. When you've never entered the kitchen to prepare food for your family, how do you expect your son, when he grows up and marries and enter the kitchen, he will sit back and say, I've never seen my father enter the kitchen.
You know, this is what we have been talking about, that when we are training our girl child,
we train our boy child,
house chores, manners and things like that, we should not sit down the girl child alone. We should sit both of them down and give them those trainings. We always exclude the boy child all the time when we are training the girl child.
Once some men marries, the kitchen is a taboo for them.
I beg go.
When they finish eating, they put the plate set on the table. Even if the wife is not around, the wife prepare food for them in the morning and left to come back in the evening. The plate they used to eat in the morning will be there for the woman.
Do you know that if my husband cooks, I enjoy his meal more than there was a Christmas I was at work. The children were not here. I got home, I met jollof rice. The aroma said when I was opening the door. I was saying,
even if you were not hungry,
I thought my kids were back.
Will come. Okay,
I thought they had come back from where they traveled to. I said, but you know, when I opened the door, I didn't see anyone come to greet me. Hey, welcome. I was just perceiving the aroma of this jollof rice. I went straight to the kitchen. I met this jollof rice. He was not at home too. He had gone out. I ate. I was okay. The jollof rice was so. Later when he came back, I served him. He ate. I was not waiting for the children to come. When I didn't see them, I started calling them. I like, but why don't you go to the I was slushing. And I looked at it. Was so smiling.
You are the one that prepare food.
Thank you. God bless you. In fact, at times when they do that, we appreciate them, and we still pray for such men too, to always help us when they see that we are tired, or when they notice that we are not strong
I don't
enough.
blame them, because some women, once they do it once, they turn it to their responsibility.
No, the ladies that they have oripipe will not turn it to their responsibility. You know, you'll be begging for such once in a while. Not that you now turn into their own responsibility, that they should be the one to be. No, 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 no. That's not even the best. But for this case that we are treating this morning, let's just pray for the girl, that God will strengthen her. But at least let her speak out. That can solve the matter and help her.
All right. You've heard it there. We sincerely hope that she will take a bold step in speaking out. Not only to me, but sit her parents-in-laws down and tell them her condition. And maybe the husband too needs to wise up and man up, like they say. He should man up and help the wife once in a while, because if anything happens, it will be on his head, not on the lady's head. So please, we pray, and please, we'll be saying this on this program. Parents-in-laws, once your child gets married, the other person becomes your child too. Because
love them the way you love yours. Take care of them.
Your biological children. Yeah. I remember then when we were growing up, it's in the Yoruba setting, it's a couple that gives birth, but millions of people help train that child. So please, let's go back to that culture. Let's go back to that setting. And
when we have our in-laws with us, we should have that freedom. We should be free. We should be happy and say, Mama, I will tell you, the parents-in-law too should be happy and say, okay, well, it's a nice time. Go out for treat. Leave these kids with us, Something like that should be happening.
But some say, if you still treat them that way, that mentality is still there. Say,
God help us.
Sincerely, because they never experienced that kind of relationship. The relationship they experience has been that of a master and a servant. So you expect their child's home too, especially their son's home too,
to be that of a master and a servant. I can't wait to be a grandmother.
My mom, when I delivered my daughter, I don't use earrings and all that, so she knew I was not going to do anything like that for my daughter. She had already bought earrings. She made sure she was there with me. I think they took the river to birth the baby. When they brought the baby back, just earring my daughter's ear. So, grandma.
Something she has been waiting for.
And she said she knows that you don't want to do any alcohol, but this is my own now. This is mine.
If you don't want to do alcohol, this is what we do. Teach her how to do alcohol.
And she has been doing that thing. So please,
that's their joy.
That's their joy. So let's not deny them, and let the grandparent too not deny themselves the joy. All right, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, our guest is in the house. Like I said earlier, she's here to tell us more about entrepreneurship, how we can get so much. When you see her, the kind of work she does, you won't believe it. And she's a graduate. Let's take the short break, and when we come back, we'll feature our guest.
Yes, thank you very much. We are super women and we are not hard to find. We are everywhere. Like we said the other time, I said our guest will be in the house shortly after the musical break. And trust us, we have our own Grant. She's so beautiful, radiant, elegant, eloquent.
Again. Again.
She's so charming. She's everything.
Oh,
And we have superwoman. Oh, she's blushing.
unfortunately, she's black. We can't see her blushing.
We have superwoman Esther Kalejaye in the house. Good morning.
Kujembola.
Kujembola.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
You're so beautiful.
I'm aware of that. So you don't have to tell me.
Oh, thank you very much. And thank you for joining us on the show.
Yeah. Do you know what endeared me to her when I spoke with her?
Okay.
She said that she will tell us what she does. Aside that, she has 2 degrees.
Wow.
And she wants to go for another one. That's our lawyer.
Okay. Can we meet you? Can we meet you?
Queen Esther Kujembola.
Queen Esther Kujembola.
The CEO, Amokedi Taylor, a fashion brand in Ocean State Air. Okay, like I told her, I choose fashion, fashioning chose me. And I used to work in a bank for some years, and I took the bold step during COVID.
Okay.
And I decided that, okay, I need to go into fashion. Although my mom was a fashion designer.
Okay.
Maybe, let me just say, maybe fashion is in the blood. So I decided during COVID that, okay, let me just go. Let me just create time. Let me go into this. So I went to fashion school. Then I put my brand together. And here we are in Oshu. We're spreading our tentacles. And people will just look at me like, Madam, kilo shele, as a food technologist, what are you doing in fashion world? I was like, you don't limit yourself. If I eventually get I don't think I want to get an employment. Okay. So I used to tell people that I don't think I want to do that anymore, because anything that is going to pay me maybe like 1 million, 2 million every month, I can go for that.
Okay, you said you are a food technologist. How did you find yourself in the bank?
Bank. As a Yoruba student, you can work in a bank. Bank doesn't look at your qualifications. The only thing they just want to know that they want to know if you are lenient. They want to know you have a degree. Okay, just come. Anybody can work in a bank. Okay. So I used to look at people that goes to university to go and study banking and finance. In Nigeria, courses don't work. They don't work. Anybody can work anywhere in as much you are ready to learn on the job.
Okay.
So as a food technologist, I've never practiced food technology before. In fact, I got my first job during my NYSC. You understand? And my second degree, let me just bust your brain. Okay. My first degree is in food technology. Okay. My second degree, I'm still on it. I'm about to finish my finance. I'm into criminology and security studies.
Wow.
So I deviate from food technologies to security studies. Then I'm actually looking at a law, course on child law. So I'm just this kind of person. I like exploring. Okay. I can go into any line. I used to tell people that, tell me your course. If I create time, I can go into it. I'm not doing this course because I want to get an employment. No. But because I have passion for some things. I have passion for child law. I have passion for anything law. So when I'm into criminology, I actually want to have a background on it. I'm not an art student. I'm a science student. So I decided to, because I can as well go straight to the course, but I just need the background knowledge, what crime is all about, stuff like that, before going into that.
You want to equip yourself.
Yes. And that does not stop me from my main job, because this is what fetch me my money. So I still keep time for myself to work. I have apprentice stylists working for me, stuff like that. I still do that, and I try to be a source of motivation for them. Because if you're working with me, you are planning not to go to school, then you're in the wrong place.
So that does not has to affect your job. Education is on one side, your personal job is, and as a woman, it's very, very important for you to have a side hustle. I used to tell people that you need to learn something, because at times when you look at them, you just pity them. And if they are the only one giving you, then you're going to have problem. One day they are going to get tired. So you need to have something you are doing separately, that okay, this is what I'm doing. No, are creative. At times you have people. I used to tell people that you don't have to be on the machine before you are a fashion designer. We have people that they don't even know how to handle a machine and they're a fashion designer. We have people that craft patterns alone. We have people that sells ready to wear alone. They employ other people to do other things. So, and we are in see, my own office is inside my house. And my house is somewhere at the back, like not inside the city, at the back of the city. And I still have clients, I have customers. So how do I tend to get my customers? I used to get my customers on social media. So I make use of technology along with my fashion. So that is where education helped me.
Okay, now when you were starting, you were fine, your mom was a fashion designer, so you had it in the family. But having gone to school, having worked in the bank, and all this money was coming in, and you wanting to deviate to having that side hustle, was there no or second opinion from your parents, from people that knows you, that why do you want to leave the bank? Banking is a lucrative business, a job and all that. Why?
See, let me just tell you something. There's something about you as an entrepreneur. Maybe you are into craft and some other things like that, which is discrimination.
Discrimination.
They tend to discriminate. They always believe that as a fashion designer, maybe you are not educated. See, let me tell you, the recent fashion brand, like let me tell you, in this Osun state, virtually 70% of fashion designers in Osun state are well educated. Virtually, in fact, women in business in Osun state, you're going to see their NYC frame in their office that you don't just bring shit to me. I'm educated, but I choose this path. And let me just quote you, was that when my mom was a fashion designer, I was still at my tender age, and she did not expose us to fashion design. So if she's actually listening to me now, she used to quote something that if I was told that you're going to be the one that is going to go into fashion, I'm going to say, in fact, she used to have a lot of machines, a lot of apprentice stylists. Like I did not know any machine, maybe like 24 machines, and I did not inherit one. Because when things were a little bit tough, she has to be selling the machine to pay our tuition fee, stuffs like that. So eventually we exhausted on the machine, and she stopped her fashion work due to an accident, not because of that. So when I told her I want to go into fashion, she almost wept, like, oh, my machines, all these machines, see, Bisfat, if you call Bisfat in Ibadan, everybody knows me. I sew clothes for CAC, I sew clothes for this. So I can't give you more machine. I was like, don't worry, I'm going to buy my machine. So whenever she comes to, so you have this machine, I used to have this machine, you have this machine, I used to have that. Don't worry, I'm going to buy everything, don't worry. You know, see, I used to tell people that nobody celebrates efforts, but we all celebrate results. You brought me here because I'm a result-oriented person. You understand? And so if you decided to collapse along the way, nobody will celebrate you. But create a brand for yourself. Be the talk of the town. So that's why I used to be the talk of. Let them see that you have a brand. Be presentable. By the time you're going to present someone, okay, she is educated. She's a fashion stylist.
The educated comes first.
You understand? She's educated. She's a stylist. She's into unisex fashion design. You know, by the time they introduce you, your head will even swell up. You understand? So I used to look at people like, when they did, some people be like, "Ọpọlọ mi ò gbé." So mo fẹ́ lọ kọ́ṣẹ́. Iṣẹ́ kíkọ́ le o. And fashion of nowadays is far beyond those by Sheba. Egebai. We have to sit, craft pattern. That is when your technical drawing comes into use. Your mathematics, further mathematics, we do calculation, Pythagoras theory. We do that in fashion designing now. You have to mix color combinations, stuff like that. You have to do a lot of things in fashion design now. So, see opolo bagbewe, ba opolo she fe gbe
fashion designing. So it's not as if brief flaps are into that. Okay.
Thank you very much. There are a lot of women out there, a lot of girls out there who feels that they cannot learn any craft and they are not even ready to be an apprentice under anybody. They're still holding their certificates, searching for job.
White collar.
Looking for the job that
white collar job
we don't even have.
The job that is not lost.
What do you have for them?
Me, I used to tell people that although it's not everybody,
and some are still looking for money that business.
It's two different way. I used to tell people, let's put money aside. We're going to discuss that. But you out there, you're looking for jobs, stuff like that. Why can't you let job look for you? Why can't you
let the job look for you?
Find something to do. In fact, in this area now, see, I have a girl. She just finished a service, and I saw she was like, "Auntie, I'm not a site engineer. I'm a fashion designer. You need a carpenter. I can do it. You need shoe. I can do." Of course, she can do all these things because she tries to look for what she can do. She's gonna approach a carpenter that, "Can you make this furniture for me?" And she's going to supervise and sell to another person. So she doesn't have to sit, and if that is earning her a lot of money, she doesn't have to look for job. Job will definitely look for her. So I used to tell people that, see, me, I hate people looking for job, and I hate people sleeping at home.
I do.
I hate it in my life. Just find something to do. See, let me give you a brief history about what I did. I told you immediately after my NYC, I got a job, not into bank. I got a job in a ticketing company. So I spent some years there, then I stopped because what I'm earning was too low and I had to do my transportation stuff like that. So I now went back home. I now went to the cafe to go and print my CV. I wanted to send to someone. And I just swapped my face like this. And I saw that man typing NIMC stuff on sites like this. I was like, this thing. And people were like, national ID card. Meanwhile, this man will just type, give them a barcode printout. They will now take it to UI. Sorry, I stay in Ibadan. They will now take it to UI to go and capture. It wasn't this area of this crowd NIMC stuff. And they paid the man 500 naira.
Per one?
Yes. And I have a phone, an Android phone. I just went home, go through the link, and I got it. I was like, okay. And I was so fortunate. We are staying inside Bodija market. Inside the market, See, I'm just telling you, in a day, I earned nothing less than 30,000 naira.
Registering people.
Yes. And it's not even about the money, the happiness. Now, anytime I go through, enter Bodija like this, they enter. And see on your national ID, you know, that's joy. They are paying me and they are also happy. So I was on that job till I got my banking job. When I got my banking job, I reconsider. I was like, should I just continue? See, if I continue that job, I will have earned millions than what I earn in bank. I used to tell people that, assuming I did not leave that stuff, because now everybody is just getting this. I did my own national ID, and those people I registered then, I was just collecting money. So she saw a boy, you saw a laptop, so they will call me, they will come and call me early in the morning at home. Auntie Emma, but Monsulowo, Emma Jimmy. You understand? But because I want to use my certificate to work, I just decided, okay, let me go. And the respect they will give you, banker. So by the time that banker they are giving you, by the time you check your salary, one credit alert, 100 debit alerts. But it's just packaging. Everything is just packaging. Why do you have to package poverty? Why do you have to package something that doesn't work for you? Why can't you just? And I'm this kind of person. I love traveling. I love moving around. I love new
Adventure.
things. But my banking job, not as a marketer, but as an operations staff, I have to be on a seat. All I do every day is debit, credit, transfer. Debit, credit, transfer. Nothing else. So I was like, is this how I want to live my life? There is no, you can't explain. If I even try, I want to go to control and compliance, they did not give me the opportunity to do that, because I just want to touch every table. I want to learn new things, but that opportunity was not there.
But COVID gave you another opportunity.
Immediately, I spent 2 weeks at home. The first lockdown, my brain opened.
It's reset.
I'm telling you, my
It's
brain
resetted.
opened, and I started thinking about a lot of things I can do. Immediately, I got myself right. During that COVID, I sent my resignation letter. And when I sent my resignation, when we resume, I just say,
No more.
my manager called me. I'm okay. Why? I said, sorry, I need to go. I just need to go and face my life. You know, I have an NGO, I have JCI, I have a lot of things I'm into. Let me just go and do all those things. I can't put these things together any longer. So that was then coming back to that, the financial AC in my own office. And I'm bold enough to tell you that I train for free. I don't charge people for training, because my first training that exposed me to fashion designing was doing my NYSA.
Okay.
It was Said, and it was free of charge. So that gave me a platform for my fashion design. So I told my God that anybody I'm going to train, most
Be for
especially
free.
my foundation courses, is going to be for free. You understand? Why don't you try and learn something first and see if God will not pave way for you? Don't. But by the time you start looking at hey, machine 185,000 naira, black machine 90,000. How do I want to get this thing? You're not going to arrive at something. Why can't you just start, learn, go and do stylist, start saving up, and be praying? We have people that don't have their own personal machine, and they are doing fine. I have stylists in my office. I pay them per day. In a week, some cash out like 30K. Because in my own office, in phone. So the way you can work
Is how you earn.
How you earn your money, how you get paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of our time, the news people are beckoning on us to leave the studio. I'm sure you out there have heard her. She is not a Puruntu. She is a graduate on her second degree in different fields. She has the energy.
Planning to go for the third.
And she's not letting it to waste. Find something doing. Fortunately, for core members now, you are forced to do one entrepreneur or the other and pick that interest. No white collar job anywhere. All the white collar jobs, they don't fly. They don't fly. They don't fly. They don't carry them go. So now black man job waiting now. So you need to sit up and stand firm on your feet, and like she said, let the job look for you.
Yes.
Not you looking for the job. On that note, I want to thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Well, we still continue this discussion some other time, some other place, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And she said she's doing her teaching for free. She's lecturing people for free. She's people who come to her office is for free. Don't sit at home. Don't think because some people are using it for money. The form, the registration form will be 10,000, 20,000.
Is there any platform
but her
where they
own
can
is
reach
for
you?
free.
I'm going to drop my WhatsApp number. Then they can chat me. Although we always have a limited space
for people for such. No problem.
First come, first serve.
So we thank you for coming, and we pray that God continues to help you as you help and you give back to the society.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure having you. Any last word?
We just want to appreciate you for coming. I've really gained, and I want to believe that women out there, young girls out there too, have learned one or two things. I believe that before the day runs out, you'll start getting calls and messages from people, because we want you to drop your number so that people can call you. And like you said, it is first come, first serve.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My number is 07035704532. Then you can always reach me on my Instagram page. We are active there at Amoke the Tailor. The D is D-E Tailor.
Amoke
D-E Tailor.
All right, thank you. My name is Oluwasi Onjemi. Till next week, God willing, we will come again with another guest in the house and another topic to talk on and discuss on. To have a blessed week.
And from me, do not look for the job.
Let the job
look
for
for you. Until next week, I'll say stay blessed.
Thank you.